there. It's Melanie Black from Student Futures. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about planners. Now, I know that when you shop for a planner, most students like to find the planner that looks cool. It's got some great design on the front or on the inside, and that's what draws them to it and eventually makes them purchase it. Well, a lot of times planners may have a cool design, but the structure on the inside, the template, may not be what's best for the student. Most planners, if you notice, are made the same way. Most of them have the same template on the inside. There's a little box for each day, and then they have the normal calendar month page, and that's that. And then they have a really cool design and a really cool cover, and they charge $20 to $30 to $40 for that planner. Well, I personally went through a long journey in trying to find the planner that works for me, and I wanted to share with you what I went through and also what I encourage other students that I work with to do. So I bought a fancy planner. It came in this pretty binder, and I think I paid $35 for it at Office Depot. It's really nice. When I bought it, it had it had the same format that I talked about, the little boxes for each day, and then the calendar month, and I think it had a section for notes. So regular, plain and simple. It's a really nice binder, very nice binder, pleather binder. So next, I started to realize that I needed more space for each day because these little boxes that were in here, I wasn't able to write down really what I wanted to write down. I felt like I didn't feel as organized as I should. I wasn't able to cover everything that I wanted. So I expressed my frustration to a friend, and for Christmas, she gave me a Moleskine notebook, and she put a little sticky note on it, and she said, please Google bullet journaling. So I Googled bullet journaling, which is very cool, by the way. Everybody should Google that. And that is for the list maker. You take your blank Moleskine notebook and you make a table of contents in the front, and then you make lists. Each page could be a different list for something. So you could even just make a list for the day. So essentially, it's great for brain dumping. So that actually was a great experience and made me feel good. And I thought, okay, well, I should be able to develop a planner based on this experience. And I thought, well, what does a planner look like for me? What would be useful? What is it that wasn't working? What should I create that would work for me? So I just took a blank piece of paper and I started drawing a template. Just started drawing a template, and I thought, yeah, we'll try this. This template might work. So I tried 4 or 5 different templates in that Moleskine notebook. And eventually I found one that I've used for several months. So I decided, yes, this apparently works well. So after that, my Moleskine notebook I took up all the pages. So I had to get a new notebook. So I found this nice notebook. I just went to the bookstore and got a journal. So this was my next planner after the Moleskine notebook. So we went from the pretty binder to the Moleskine to this little nice notebook. It has the little elastic, and it has a little space for your pen, which the Moleskine notebook didn't have. So I thought, okay, this is a step up. It's cool. It's got lines inside. And so I started using this as my planner, and I was drawing my template every single day. I did that in the Moleskine notebook, and I also did that in this notebook. So when you're drawing it for every day, it gets to be a little time consuming. I mean, it doesn't take that much time, but it takes enough time that I didn't feel like doing it. So instead, I taught myself how to use InDesign, and I went on the computer and made my own, put my template on the computer so that I could print it. So then I took my pretty binder, and what I did was I took my InDesign template that I created, printed it, and I was able to put it into my notebook. I used this for, I think, like a year. I used it for a long time. And I realized that, and actually let me back up. I took a break from my planner for a few months, which is not really advised. But I took a break from my planner, and when I decided that I needed to use it again, I had a lot of things going on. And when I decided to start using my planner again, I realized it's a necessity. I need to use it. I loved the template I had, but I decided that my pages were too small. Once again, I felt like I needed more room. And not everybody feels this way. I'm just explaining to you how the thought process happens. So some people, some students I work with, this size is perfect for them. In fact, for some students I work with, just the Moleskine notebook where they can jot down stuff every day is good for them. They don't even need a template. My type A personality, though, needs a template. So I created the template, but it's too small. I wanted to be able to write larger and more. I had a lot going on. So I went and I bought the disc system. I tried it for about a couple days. Decided I hated it. I hated the disc system because when you have a disc, you don't have the binding. And yes, there's a case for the disc system. If you have a disc notebook, you can get a case for it. But then every time you want to use your planner, it requires you to take it in and out of the case, and I didn't like that idea. So I returned my disc system, and it hit me when I was out that, well, I already have the template, so all I need is a binder. I knew exactly what size I wanted. I knew that the size of a regular piece of printer paper was what I wanted my planner to be, because this was too small. This was 8 or 5 by 8, something like that. So this was too small for me. So I knew the size I wanted, and I said, well, what would hold those types of sizes of paper? Well, any binder. Any binder will hold that size of paper. So I went to Office Depot and I bought a binder for less than 10 bucks. I bought a plain white binder for less than $10. Then I had some fun with it. And this is the best part about a planner, in my opinion, is when you get to be creative. Whether you decide on a disc system, whether you decide on a small, large, doesn't matter. The important thing is to make that planner your own. If you can't get creative with it, then you're not going to be as motivated to use it. So what I decided to do, first of all, after I bought my binder, I went to the craft store and I bought fun stickers. I bought some really fun stickers. I found them on clearance, and so they were very inexpensive. These ones are all kinds of motivational stickers, and they have little things to do stickers and various things for a planner. This one is the month by month stickers that have everything to do with the holidays. They have lots of fun stuff in here, so I just wanted these. I thought that would be cool. So after that, I thought I was ready to make my planner. I had my binder. I printed out the template that I created on normal printer size paper, 8.5 by 11. And I had my little white binder. I bought 1/2 inch. I didn't think I needed a full inch, so I bought 1/2 inch. And then the other thing that was important to me is pictures of my family. So I decided to make a collage and get that printed, and I put that on the cover of my binder. Here is my cover of my binder. And then on the back, I used the motivational stickers, and I made a back cover, and I have all kinds of positive things on the back there for me. So when I look at this, I want to open it. It makes me happy to work in my planner. Whatever you decide to do, whatever kind of planner you decide to get, make sure that you get something that allows you to be creative with it and to make it your own, whether it's with stickers, different color markers, pictures. You can cut out things from magazines and just paste them on. Doesn't matter. Whatever you do, make sure that you are able to make it your own. And I advise you, the best way to get started, just like I did, sit down with a blank piece of paper and just draw whatever you feel would help, a planner would look like for you. What does your ideal template look like? This one is mine, and I'd be more than happy to share it with you. If you would like to use it, please let me know. So this one is mine. I have just regular printer size paper. It was really easy to do on InDesign. I am not professional at InDesign, but it was very easy to do. So you have, on this side, you have each day of the week. And on this side, I normally put my to-do lists. So I have usually friends and family and things I have to do for them. I have a space for student futures and things I have to do for student futures. I usually have something for health, and I list my running, groceries that I have to get, things like that, and so forth. And so you can use it for whatever you want. Students, I know, will use it for different classes, and things like that. And then you can take your to-do list and decide where you want to put it on your week. But that's my template, and like I said, sit down with a blank piece of paper and brainstorm what you think a template should look like for you. Everybody is different. So happy planning!